apologizes for unfinished Regidrago Elite raids, offers time extension. Broken Regidrago Elite raids spark fiery backlash from Pokemon Go players. Pokemon Go players frustrated after Regidrago Elite raids begin with widespread crashes. Holy flipping hell. Are you kidding me? I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a shocker here at this point, seeing how Niantic is continuing the trend of disappointment here in 2023. But goddamn, this right here sounds like a complete and utter hot mess. Now, I showcased 3 article titles pertaining to Regidrago Elite raids. That already should give you an idea as to the type of mess we're getting into. Niantic has issued an apology to players affected by a myriad of issues surrounding Regidrago's Elite raids in Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go's Elite raids have not received the warmest reception from the community, thanks to game-breaking bugs and frustratingly high difficulty. As such, trainers were already wary of Regidrago's upcoming Elite raid. Unfortunately, as many fans feared, the event was plagued with strange issues all the way up to its launch. Now, Niantic has apologized for the problems players received at the start of the event and has offered a 1-day extension to those players that were prevented from joining the raid. The Niantic support Twitter account apologized on March 10th, 2023, saying, "We have resolved an issue preventing trainers from joining Elite raids. By way of apology, we have added an additional day of Elite raids on March 12th local time for trainers in the GMT plus 13 time zone. Thank you for your understanding," and below it showcases the tweet stating exactly that. Now, it doesn't surprise me one single bit that Niantic once again fails to rise to the occasion by giving their players an event that is problem-free, or at least problem-free for the most part, but over the last few days, I've heard nothing but complaints and bad things about the Regidrago Elite raids. However, Niantic did issue an apology, but let's see how far that goes as the video carries on. At the time of writing, it seems only players in the time zone listed above will receive the time extension, despite the fact that players elsewhere have also encountered some strange issues with these Elite raids. The Pokemoners Twitter account documented a list of problems surrounding Regidrago's event in the lead up to its launch. And for those of you guys that don't know, Pokemoners is very well known in the Pokemon Go community for data mine information. This doesn't sound promising, ladies and gentlemen. Niantic has finished making Regidrago's settings. They never finished making the Regidrago before it went live, which is why it had circle and model issues. Those should now be fixed. No changes to Regieleki. Details of the missing settings are below. Perhaps the strangest problem with the event is that it wasn't even finished before it went live. According to the Pokemon Go leakers, they never finished making the Regidrago before it went live, which is why it had circle and model issues. Those should now be fixed. Missing settings at the launch included camera and collision settings, proper model and scaling for Regidrago, and PvP camera settings. Pokemoners also noted that an hour before the event went live, Niantic apparently updated Hoopa's assets instead of Regidrago's. Additionally, Elite raids were briefly not joinable altogether, despawned altogether shortly after, and strange issues with the Primal Raid music occurred. Niantic not screwing up an event/new release. Impossible challenge. That is exactly what I am getting from here. Holy shit. This was botched so freaking badly. Oh my god, I am cringing hardcore, and I'm not even a player anymore in Pokemon Go. I mean, holy flip. Like, Niantic released an event before completion. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me. It is totally on brand when it comes to Niantic and their incompetence, but holy shit, man. Even I find this a little bit shocking. Like, oh my god, man. Now, this article also features a tweet from Sue stating the following. Elite raid experience this morning. Game frozen? Check. Restarted ×5? Check. Spinning wheel of death? Check. Got into the raid? Check. Got barfed out of the raid? What the fuck? Check. Spinning wheel of death part 2? Check. eventually got to complete the raid, check. 98% Regidrago, check. Oh, congratulations. Trainers on social media have shared their experiences with the Regidrago Elite raids, and many have claimed they experienced many of the problems listed by Pokemoners as well. Only time will tell how or if Niantic will compensate other affected players. Yeah, only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the popcorn out because I'm sure it's gonna be a spicy one. Now, it was stated that there was going to be an extension of the Elite Raids event. Well, we got Zoe 2 Dots here stating New Zealand / GMT plus 13 makeup Elite Raids are having the same error as yesterday, preventing trainers from participating. Absolutely absurd at this point. So the initial release of this event was botched, and the makeup day for this event was botched. Again, shouldn't be shocked, but holy shit. Are you kidding me? Oh, but we ain't out of the woods yet, ladies and gentlemen. There's still more to go through, so I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm sure is going to be a damn movie at this point. Pokemon Go trainers slam Niantic and its recent blog post after Regidrago's in-person Elite Raid event is plagued by issues. Pokemon Go fans have had a contentious history with the game's Elite Raids since their debut, as the first Hoopa Unbound Elite Raid was marred by frustrating problems. Sadly, it seems Regidrago's Elite Raid event, which began on March 11th, 2023, has similarly been plagued by glitches and problems that have even prevented some from joining the raid altogether. Fans have taken to social media to once again voice their frustration at the current state of Regidrago's Elite Raids and developer Niantic, thanks to the ironic nature of its recent blog post. And this right here, once again, ladies and gentlemen, proves beyond a shadow of a doubt how inconsistent and incompetent Niantic are. You know that really cringy blog post that they had made recently? They can't even be consistent with that. Like, oh my god, man. Members of the Pokemon Go community across social media have shared their grievances with the event, with the Pokemon Go subreddit being inundated with posts from those voicing their frustrations. Many players simply shared screenshots of issues related to the raids, like not being about to join raid groups. Others claimed they were able to join a raid, but were swiftly booted from it following the Pokemon Go app crashing altogether. And I just gotta say this real quick, okay? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are plagued with issues and crashes and even save file data loss. And now we have ourselves Niantic once again rushing out an event. I'm starting to see a little bit of a pattern here, but I'm honestly hoping that Game Freak ain't trying to take any ideas from Niantic, because that would be one of the worst ideas in the long, sad history of worst ideas. Elite Raid, what a joke. What a joke this Elite Raid was. We coordinated 4 people to battle in the raid and walked a mile in the cold to get to the raid. We all joined the lobby, and with the lobby countdown at 3 seconds to go, we all get an error message stating could not fetch raid details. After 15 seconds of nothing, the raid starts, but no one is able to do any damage. Then we are all simultaneously booted from the raid. Then everyone's app crashes. We all try to log back in and nothing happens. The Pogo server must have gone down or something. Finally, after about 10 minutes, we are able to log back into Pogo, but the raid is over. What a waste, what a joke. Shame on Niantic. And that is one example out of many bad experiences, Niantic, that you are causing your players. Are you proud of yourselves? On top of fans sharing examples of bugs and glitches, some have taken aim at Niantic itself. Posts with titles like Niantic doesn't care about players and Niantic is a joke have flooded the subreddit. Others pointed out the irony of Niantic's March 10 blog post, which reaffirmed its commitment to focusing on in-person content, only to be followed by an unfinished and buggy in-person only event. Yep, it's as I pointed out earlier, ladies and gentlemen, they recently made a blog post making a pledge, yet it seems like this pledge has gone completely tits up, because this in-person event is just a complete trash fire. Now, obviously, it should go without saying that if you are going to be bringing anything to the attention of Niantic, please do not go out of your way to genuinely harass, bully, and threaten them, because One, that is not going to get you anywhere positive, and number two, you gotta remember at the end of the day that they are humans too, even if they are making really stupid fucking decisions, which I can easily sympathize with all of you guys for. Absolutely ridiculous that every other raid in the game works fine, and then you want to waltz in these elite raids that can be only done in person, and it takes 15 out of the 30 minutes to even get everyone into a lobby because the game refuses to load and people keep getting signed out, said one player. It's abundantly clear that fans are not happy with Pokemon Go or Niantic at the moment, but it remains to be seen whether the developer plans to make any meaningful changes following another disastrous event. Disastrous? Yeah, you can say that again. Holy shit. Pokemon Go players voiced their frustration after Regidrago's Elite Raid event opened up with widespread crashing across different regions. Pokemon Go players have detailed why the recent Regidrago Elite Raids have been a frustrating experience all around. Over the course of the event, players took to social media to voice their complaints about the myriad of issues they experienced trying to participate in the raids. To make matters worse, many fans were left frustrated after the mobile game went down altogether right before the event's 11 a.m. start time. Members of the Pokemon Go community flocked to social media posts that showed evidence of the game crashing right before the start of the Elite Raid event and shared similar experiences. A post on the Pokemon Go subreddit titled "Game Crashed and Won't Open Right at 11" gained over 1,200 upvotes and nearly 250 comments, many of which said they'd experienced a similar issue. Interestingly, the severity of the crashes was different for players, as one noted, "I can get into the game and click on Pokemon, but it crashes when I try and enter a raid." Others noted they encountered a down for maintenance message as the event began. This was likely because, as relayed by the Pokeminers Twitter account, Niantic was updating the Regidrago event with relevant data even after the Elite Raids began. Because of the nature of the time-based event, many trainers' schedules were altogether disrupted and some were unable to complete the raids at all. "This is what I get for actually getting the kids around and driving to a gym for this," said one fan. They updated their post and said, "Ended up getting in, beating him with 3 people with seconds left. Got him in a ball, then it went to Pokemon can't be found," or something like that, error screen. Ultimately, they were forced to abandon the raid. Fans on the Sylph Road subreddit shared a similar experience, with trainers commenting they also had to abandon the event or waste resources. "I stood outside in the freezing sideways rain for 30 minutes just to have the game fail the entire time. It's time for me to put this game down and spend that time on more productive things like watching paint dry." With Niantic's recent pledge to in-person experiences coming right before this disastrous in-person only Regidrago event, the community is understandably upset with the developer. It's honestly really funny and, quite frankly, really disgusting how Niantic can try and justify making this an in-person only event, yet there are experiences like this taking place far and wide from place to place, Niantic. Like, clearly you had to understand and at least think about the possibility that things could go wrong. And lo and behold, plain as day, clear and simple, things have gone wrong. And I mean, Niantic, weren't you the other day all gung-ho with your chest all inflated, making a pledge to in-person experiences? Where was the energy? Where was the commitment? Where was the focus when it came to applying all of that bravado into this in-person exclusive Regidrago Elite Raid event? Because this right here was just nothing more than a complete and utter fat waste of time for the majority of your players. And I'm honestly really freaking glad that we actually have ourselves at least a few real ones in the Pokemon Go community, such as Zoe 2 Dots, such as Poke8K. Say what you want about them, at least they're being upfront and honest when it comes to calling out this bullshit here. And this ain't to take a dig at any of the other Pokemon Go YouTubers, you know, they are also really good content creators, but here's the thing, is that if you really are about supporting the game, you should also be calling out these issues as well and supporting the fans that are plagued by these issues. Be a voice for them because you have a platform, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. This right here was a lot to go through, okay? I just absolutely cannot believe. Well, I mean, I can believe, but at the same time, after reading through all this, I'm still absolutely aghast at how much of a dumpster fire this event truly was. Niantic, to say that you need to shape up just is a complete and total understatement. You more than need to shape up. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I have to say here for this subject. If there happens to be any development here in the situation that is worth covering, then you can be sure to expect a video on it. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people, and I'll see you next time.